some of it people just don't want to hear, and that is, what are your customers telling you?
Yeah.
Number one, are you talking to your customers? So just get some real time feedback. Do you truly love this product? Uh, am I pricing this right? You'd be shocked if you just sit and talk to your customers and say, hey, put yourself in my shoes. Am I doing this right? What did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? What would you change? What's the upper level on the price you'd pay? Am I charging enough? Not enough? What? Just give me some feedback. Out of 10 people that you try that with, you'll get some really interesting dialogue. Number one. The other thing is, what truly are the unit economics of that customer acquisition? And if you truly just call time out and dive into it and understand, what does it cost you to get them? Why are they there? Let's roll everything into that and understand that. Then when someone says, I just need to invest, we can pinpoint, well, here's what you need to invest in because this is actually working. So the supplier costs, the packaging costs, the distribution costs, the technology costs, and you break it down and you say, here are all of my costs that run into this one product. So what do your customers say and what are your unit economics, and just really dial that down.
Yeah. And many founders that I know, I don't know about you, but they don't even know what unit economics is.
Right. And it's a fancy term. It's like, just break down one product.
Right. What are the costs? What are you selling the product for? And what are the expenses of that product? Allocate a little bit of marketing towards that product. Obviously, cost of goods, shipping cost, allocate a little bit of payroll. And where do you land? Positive or negative?
And the higher that gross margin you have, meaning the revenue that you take in, less those cost of goods, that's your gross profit margin.
Right.
And too many businesses they'll say, we've got a 20% gross profit margin, which is amazing. And then you say, but below the gross margin, you still have ad costs, overhead, people, space, any of that stuff that's related to producing or supporting that product. And pretty soon it's like, oh, okay, I'll just sell more.
Right. Yep. You're trying to sell more to work your way out of potentially a poor unit economic situation. And that never works because unit economics, everything's going up at the same time, generally speaking. So, I think we could maybe even tell our founders, specifically our listeners, if you want to have some cash discipline, you need to start with a 13-week rolling cash flow. If you don't have that right now and you need some help doing that, that's where you can reach out to us. Reach out. We'll help you. We'll help you with unit economics, cash flow, all that kind of stuff. So, number one mistake is chasing growth without protecting cash. That's number one.
Right.
Number two is treating channels as silos. And I know you have experience. I absolutely have experience with that. We are, because of maybe number one, because we're chasing growth.
Right.
So to chase growth, we might start in one of these channels, and let's describe those. So sometimes our founders start in the e-commerce channel. They have their own website. They're selling their own product. Sometimes our founders start in sort of marketplace or wholesale type channels. So maybe they've got a relationship with retailers or somewhere in hospitality. So they're not actually selling directly to the consumer. They're selling to these kind of bigger box retailers or hotels, and their product is there. And then there's the obvious marketplace, Amazon, which is usually one of the bigger channels. And what I see is chasing those channels without a strategy,
right?
Essentially. without a strategy for each of the channels, like a role and intent. And I highly recommend to our founder listeners, sit down and think about what is the purpose of each of these channels, and then start to define how those channels can work together, rather than sometimes what is going to happen is they're going to cannibalize each other if you're not careful.